Welcome, Aquarius, to the month of August 2017. I'm Megan of North Star Astrology, and this is another general transits reading for those of you born with your sun, moon, and or rising sign in the fixed air sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, the month starts out with your ruling planet, Uranus, going retrograde, as if it's orbiting backwards, in your third house of communications and short distance travels and siblings. Now, this happens on August 3rd at 5 minutes and 32 seconds. And what this means for you is that you can take on new studies, new lines of thinking, and or new ways of communicating, but there also may be new studies as it reflects off of the ninth house of higher learning, or is opposed to that house, as well as, however, there could be sudden and erratic changes for the good or otherwise, hopefully not the otherwise, but there could be, it's just a potential or possibility, because when Uranus goes retrograde, as it does once a year, it tends to cause people to backpedal, and or things happen erratically to kind of stir people up, stir things up. And when things are stirred up, it causes people to rethink things. And so that's probably, in a way, sometimes very good. Anyhow, following that is the full moon on August 7th. And let's see, that full moon happens in your sign, Aquarius. So currently in August, the sun is in Leo, planet Mars is in Leo, and the north node of the moon is Leo. And when the moon goes full, it's considered an opposition. So what's cool about this is that the full moon going into your sign at 15 degrees 25 minutes into your first house of the self and the physical body can do things for you that or highlight things for you that bring out your physical needs to manifest, to take care of things. And here, as I show here, that Uranus is your ruling planet. Again, though, this is a pleasant sextile between the full moon and your retrograding Uranus. And on the same day of August 7th, we all experience a partial lunar eclipse, and yours just so happens to go into the first house. And having this partial lunar eclipse happen for you in Aquarius helps you to be even more humanitarian in a very innovative way, and or sudden inspiring way, because the opposite to that is Leo, and I'll get to that in a moment. Your opposite sign, sun sign, is Leo. And then Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury was in Virgo, and it goes retrograde on August 13th in your 8th house of sex, death, and taxes, and mysterious goings on. And however, the having Mercury retrograde there can help you or assist in you kind of like maybe even going inward even more and thinking deeply about things. Now, the last quarter moon happens in Taurus in your 4th house of the home at 22 degrees 25 minutes, and you can wrap up last minute projects around the home as it's the last quarter moon. And then here we're getting to the fun stuff. And then the new moon happens on August 21st, also with the sun in Leo at 28 degrees Leo, 53 minutes in your 7th house. And all of this energy of your opposite sign Leo in your 7th house magnifies, highlights things that are going on in your 7th house. But not only that, there is a total lunar eclipse in Leo in your 7th house. And then that happens at 21 minutes and 40 seconds. So be sure to wear protective eyewear, as I'm sure you want to view it, as most Aquarians are quite scientific. And then the sun moves into Virgo. The sun moves into your 8th house on August 22nd at 22 hours 21 minutes, making you want to investigate deeper into your psyche even more, because this is the house of Scorpio. And then Saturn, your sub-ruler of Aquarius, since it's been retrograde since April 6, 2017, it now goes direct, and in your 11th house of where you naturally rule, Aquarius. And what that means for you when it goes direct on August 25th is that you can restructure and or manifest your hopes, goals, and wishes even more so, especially even when it sort of was retrograde when there was the lunar partial lunar eclipse here in your 1st, but more so even so now that it's direct. And many of us are loving this, that it's going no longer going to be retrograde. And then Venus, since it's been in your 6th house of work, now also enters your 7th house in Leo, so there can be quite a bit of love for your partner or many other business associates that you may be in communication with. And that happens on August 26th. Then Jupiter sextiles Saturn on August 27th. And what that can do is create a very harmonious energy between your higher self and your hopes, goals, and wishes once again. And then the first quarter moon happens on August 29th also in your 11th house of friendships, hopes, goals, and wishes at 6 degrees 11 minutes. And what that can do for you is to take off with that first baby step, if you will, but go forward. That can help you go forward as the new moon helped you visualize and go within. This helps you go without and then manifest outwardly. And finally, Mercury once again goes retrograde, going into your 7th house in Leo on August 31st. Now, what that means for all of us, but especially you, is having all of this trining in a very harmonious aspect from Mercury, Venus, Mars, all trining your ruling planet Uranus in the 3rd house. What this means for you, Aquarius, is that you will possibly tie the knot, attend or even be proposed to, go to weddings, be wed, but make sure to carefully look over any kind of documents if it has to do with the opposite, such as in a divorce settlement. But this looks very favorable because it is a trine angle or energy aspect, which is 120 degrees. And in case you didn't realize, you are here. That's Earth. And do me a favor and feel free to like, share, and or subscribe to this video or others, and have a pleasant August, Aquarius.